Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. We are coming actually to an end for this topic of Nefilas Apayim of Tachanun, the final chapter, but we of course continue to daven for Chaylei Tzvagana Yisrael, for Shalom L'chol Petzuei Yisrael, safe return of our hostages, and our learning is dedicated in memory of Seren Daniel Shimon ben Harav Daron V'Sheli Hashem Yikum Damo. So as we had discussed yesterday, days that we don't say Tachanun, so we, along those lines, Chasan u'balei bris u'balei simcha acherim. Ein omrim Tachanun b'minyan sheba'alei simcha shel mitzvah mispalim bo. So if there is a simcha taking place in the minyan in which you are davening, then Tachanun is not recited. So let's see this specifically. Lefichach ein omrim Tachanun b'minyan shemispalim bo chasan b'shivas yemei hamishta shelo. So if there is someone who just got married and is in the week of what we call Sheva Brachos, and the chassan is davening in the minyan, then you don't say Tachanun. It's a very welcome sight in shuls, I know, when a chassan walks in. Everybody's so happy to see him, not so much because he got married, or maybe they are, but really because they can skip Tachanun. Perhaps they will even vie for his attendance. But on the day before the wedding, so before the wedding has taken place and the chassan is in the minyan, even the mincha before, then you would still say Tachanun. And if you're davening mincha, let's say at the wedding hall, close to the chuppah hasn't taken place yet, but you're in the wedding hall, so Rav Melamed says here that one should not say Tachanun, but in the note, he says that there are some that disagree and say that the entire day of the chasna you don't say Tachanun, but he says the widespread minhag is that we do say it, and only once the chassan is married. Also, if there is a bris taking place in that minyan, and there are what's called balei habris, who are the balei habris? Balei habris, heim avi haben hamoel v'sandik, the father of the child, the moel, or the sandik. V'hapatur nimshach mehaboker v'hasuda, or you should say hapatur. The exemption lasts from the morning until the meal. So if the bris is in the morning, then they don't say Tachanun at Shachris. And if there are those who make a bris in the afternoon, and it's after Mincha, so if let's say the father, the sandik, or the moral, or even at Shachris, even though the bris is not going to take place till later in the afternoon, then you wouldn't say Tachanun both at Shachris and Mincha. So this is an interesting question we always have. Let's say you have a shul with multiple minyanim, and there's a bris taking place in the shul, but not at your minyan. So Melamed paskins that you don't say Tachanun even if it's not at your minyan, as long as it's in the shul. If you have what we would call a minyan factory, so only in the hall or in the base knesses or the davening space where the bris is going to take place, that's where you would skip Tachanun. But if it's a one community, not just a factory, but it's one shul has several minyanim, as long as there's a bris in that shul, in the community, he says then all the minyanim are exempt from Tachanun. And he has here in the note, Gam im habris te'erech b'mincha, the same thing applies if the bris is at mincha, then you wouldn't say it at shachris. There are different opinions on this as well, and it's noted in the notes as well. So again, different shuls will do different things, that maybe they'll only skip Tachanun if it's the minyan itself, not even if it's at a later minyan or somewhere else in the shul. Next, bar mitzvah. Rabim noagu shalolomar Tachanun b'minyan shemispalabo na'ar she'igia ba'osiyom lemitzvahs v'yesh nogan lomar bar Tachanun. Some have the custom that on the day, what we call a bo bayom, that a boy actually becomes bar mitzvah, he's 13 years old on one day, that on that day they don't say Tachanun. However, most people do. Pidyon haben, Rabim nogan shalolomar Tachanun b'minyan shemispalabo avi haben v'yesh nogan lomar. Some have the custom if there's a pidyon haben and the father is there, and he's davening in that minyan, that you skip Tachanun, but many will still say it. Betfila she'nerecha samach l'mesiva siyam meseches o hachnasa sefer Torah. Rabim nogan shalolomar Tachanun v'yesh nogan lomar. If you have a minyan in which you're going to have a siyum on a tractate of Gemara, or you're going to have a hachnasa sefer Torah, he says many have the custom of not reciting Tachanun, and he says v'yesh nogan lomar. He has some interesting notes here as well. And he says that we generally are lenient, and if there is a doubt whether or not we should say Tachanun, then the custom is not to say so. This also, people may have heard that if it's a yard site of great righteous people, he says most poskim agree that even though it's considered perhaps an important day, nevertheless we still say Tachanun, and this is the custom. However, certain Hasidic poskim say, let's say you're a devout member of that Hasidic community, and it's the Rebbe's yard site, and you learn the Rebbe's Torah all year, whatever it might be, then for that person, you shouldn't say Tachanun. However, for the rest of the yard sites that occur, there's not a reason to skip Tachanun. So, for instance, people will always say on Zayin Adar, it's Moshe Rabbeinu's yard site, we should skip Tachanun. That is not a widespread practice. And he actually has here in the note as well about people railing against this custom. When I was in yeshiva, I used to have a certain bacher sat next to me, and he had a specific calendar, and he would pull it out, and he'd say that every single day was so-and-so's yard site, and that was enough reason to just skip Tachanun. However, that is not the widespread minhag by any means. So, in any event, hopefully, after gaining an appreciation for what Tachanun really is, we should be thinking twice before we are so excited about skipping it. But in any event, we will conclude this topic now. And the next topic we're going to go on to is the topic of Kriyas HaTorah, Kriyas HaTorah laning, because it just follows Shemona Esrei, Tachanun, and then Kriyas HaTorah, of course, on laning days. And we will see that in Mirta Hashem next time. But thanks so much for joining. Thank you for listening. And we hope that everybody continues to daven for Charli Tzvagan Yisrael, for Shalom Chol Pitzui Yisrael, safe return of our hostages, learning Leili Nishmas, Seren Daniel Shemin, Rav Dron Mishalei Hashem Yikum Damo. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you here next time.